What is going on, guys? Nexas here, and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video, guys, we are here to go over a PvP questline that sort of shadow dropped yesterday with the patch, of course, with the Pantheon and everything. We got some new maps in PvP, and Shax is actually going to have a brand new questline. But PSA, before I get more into it, just know there is going to be rewards at the end of this. You can only pick one of the 3 weapons. Don't think you're going to get all 3 of them, because yeah, you won't. I have made the big mistake as well. I was going to review them all, and then all of a sudden I only got one roll. It's actually a very simple quest line, and what it will reward you at the end is one of the following 3 weapons: Rose, Mercurial Overreach, and of course the Bellarius D. Now when it comes to the rolls, they're actually decent. I wouldn't say they're anything god roll, but for people who never really did comp or never really grinded out for the weapons, it's a really solid way of getting some of the weapons. Now your choice is going to be entirely up to you guys. It really depends on what you want. I will definitely say though, even though Rose is probably at a god roll the best weapon out of the 3, it has definitely the worst rolls. Like you can see, rapid hit with freaking I had a storm, stability masterwork. It does have a hammer force. This is a really mid sort of roll. Like you can see what roll I have. I got a pretty nice one with explosive and of course moving target and whatnot. There was better rolls when you can kind of grind out for it and everything. So I definitely will say that it's not exactly what I'd be looking at. If you don't have a Rose, you might want to pick it up. But for me, I just don't think it's a great roll for this weapon. There's probably better hand cannons that could class it. Mercurial Overreach is going to be the other weapon you can pick up. It is kind of actually going to have a really nice roll. I'd say this is a 4 out of 5. Snapshot, moving target and whatnot. Handling masterwork as well. It's probably one of the better rolls in terms of the tree, in terms of just absolute god roll for the weapon. Of course, snipers though, very heavy competition. There is other snipers you can definitely go in with, and there is better rolls. Like you can see my one is opening shot, snapshot. That's a personal preference. I think this is the 5 out of 5, but I will still say Mercurial Overreach, really solid roll. So if you don't have it, you want a decent sniper, might be worth picking up. And last but not least is of course going to be the Bellarius D. This is the one I picked up, and as I said, I picked this up before I knew you could only pick one. I just didn't read it. It just doesn't say it. I don't know, maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I was just too fast. I clicked on the Bellarius D because I had a really good roll compared to the rest, and then I just couldn't pick the others. You only get 1 out of the 3 weapons, guys. Definitely have a look at the rolls and make a decision on it. But this is the Bellarius D itself. Of course, gonna have high cali keep away, and of course head seeker. Honestly, a really solid roll. I will still say though, at the moment it has heavy competition with, of course, Blast Furnace coming back. But yeah, we are going to go to PvP and to PvE with this Bellarius D and showcase if you should be doing the Forest, a new quest, and why you should probably look at this one or the Mercurial, guys. We don't look at the Rose. It's pretty terrible roll. Alrighty, so we are going to be on the Endless Veil with the Bellarius. I'm doing hardware control because I don't really want to get spammed by special, even though special is spawning everywhere. But of course, you want to be going in against just freaking pure gunplay and everything. You'll see, as far as the 450 go, it'll be sort of feeling like, of course, the old freaking Blast Furnace, and it will do some absolute work. And oh, look at all those crits. Man, I have head seeker on and I'm not even hitting a freaking body. How good am I at this game, huh? And buddy, peek it. Peekaboo, Pikachu. Buddy, he's 100 miles away. Oh, we just double bursted his ass. But you can definitely see that the Bellarius is actually not bad at all. It's a really solid ass pulse. And honestly, one of the better 450s. Blast Furnace definitely is a really dope one too. So I'm not going to sit here saying Blast Furnace isn't worth using. But as I said, this is going to be Strand. So if I was kind of specking into a full Strand build and everything, it would do absolute work or whatnot. I just think overall, this is a really nice one to pick up. Really sick ass scope as well. Oh, I didn't get my little assist. Really sick ass scope and everything on it as well, though, in terms of, as I said, the little pulse reticle. Probably, I think it's one of the only pulse rifles with this little pulse now. Oh, I swift so hard there. But yeah, it is going to be a 450 pulse and everything, meaning that it should have some decent ass range and everything, but it's mainly just the 4 bullets. So you have the potential to 2 burst now. I'm not going to sit here saying you are going to 2 burst all the time, but it has the potential to, and especially with the keep away where you get that extra sort of reload and everything, is stability at range, but no one's around you, and the torch jiggle, freaking peak jiggling is freaking booty off. But you can kind of see that you can get those 4 bursts going. You just need to be really stable. That's why a lot of people, when it comes to the roll on this, will be going for Zen moments or whatnot. But as I say, keep away a head seeker. It is actually a really solid roll. I love head seeker. I think it's such a nice perk because if you hit body shots, you can see it really just compensates so much for my crap aim. It's just the best way of looking at it. I'm so bad at the game. I need compensation of some form. A couple of muchachos here, though. Please do not be a freaking... Oh, it's the freaking vigilance wing. And I whiffed like a bullet or 2. My good God, he had 5 bullets. Man is freaking trying to show me up with his 5, and I have the small peen 4. You know what? We freaking traded, so I think that freaking, you know, it's about how you use it. It's not always about who has freaking more, you know what I'm saying? And this guy here with the freaking sidearm or some form. Notice out of the weapon, I just can't really think of it right now. And oh my God, man, this absolutely freaking crafting us with those AC defenses. As I said though, when it comes to this freaking version of the weapon, I will actually say it's actually really nice. I do like it a lot. It's probably one of the better weapons to get. I mean, the Mercurial, as I said, is a really nice roll, but there is other snipers you can definitely try to get your hands on that will be just as good, kind of. And even though the roll is nice, I will still say this. It's kind of hard for me to like suggest snipers in this meta. But there's the kill again. Look at that go in. But it's kind of hard for me to suggest the freaking sniper over other weapons in the meta at the moment because snipers are just, they're so hard to make useful unless you're an absolute freaking god. But I definitely will say that this Bellarius, oh man, it can freaking hit. If I had the freaking, what's it called, heals on as well, I could get back into the fight so much faster. But oh, this is juicy, this roll. I'm telling you, if you need to choose between the three and you already have like a really good rose or whatnot, or a Mercurial overreach, I'm telling you, this is not a bad shout to pick up at all now. Another dude there. What? Oh, not the Suros. Oh, I have no heals. I just need to get in the engagements. He is flying high. I just need to get the engagements though, where I can kind of just sit back and snipe people with this thing. And yo, buddy, get out of my way. That is heavy. And oh, there we go. And oh, the other guy had heavy up my ass as well. Of course you do. Why not have the heavy? Well, you can definitely see if you get the burst going on this, it actually does absolutely blast people now. This freaking stock exchange each other. A couple muchachos here though. My teammate just got absolutely freaking railed. We got one though. My teammate is getting absolutely blasted by shotguns up there. I just can't push really with this up close because it's just not a close quarters weapon. And oh, buddy, go on. You want to pick the side? Oh, you want to pick the side? I'm 1 HP, guys. You know what? Please give me that freaking assist, guys. Give me the assist. And I didn't even get the assist. Don't worry, I got your back. Why do I have to do everything myself, hon? Oh, I'm so dead. On the Suros of my ass. But yeah, that is the Bellarius D, as I said, in PvP and everything. I honestly think that it is a really, really solid ass pulse. This is probably one of the better ones to pick up off that freaking quest line. I mean, you can definitely farm out in, of course, comp itself. But I mean, if you want an easy, sort of decent roll instead of having to actually play comp, this is gonna be it. I would have really liked if they actually gave more quest lines and everything for it. I think letting you only pick one weapon for the quest line honestly kind of sucks. Even if they gave you 3 versions of it, one per character, whatnot, that would have been nice. I'll take my freaking kill. I'll take it. I don't care. We'll take our one. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things, of course, with the little Bellarius D. And this is where it actually will be really, really nice, of course, as a strand weapon. I think that with the current mods and everything, as soon as it's strand, it can just go in. But Headseeker is going to be kind of nice for the extra little bit of damage. And of course, keep away can be really nice. Just for that extra reload, whatnot, you can kind of already see I've got the unraveling rounds kind of going. But it's a 4-burst RPM sort of pulse. And I will say PvE 4-bursters like Blast Furnace and everything, they actually are very, very nice when it comes to this damage. And also, of course, the mag size and everything. They actually are a very solid weapon to use PvE. So I would definitely be suggesting people, if they want to use the Bellarius D PvE, it's definitely a solid choice to kind of go in with. Like you see, well, obviously, the unraveling rounds and all my freaking little worms going in is going to be really nice. But I still think that as far as 450s go PvE, there's some of the better pulses to definitely use. And the fact that there's not many strand ones to get your hands on, I definitely do think that getting a roll, if you're not a comp guy, from freaking shax for free like this, is going to be really nice. I know it's going to be kind of selfish choice if you want to, of course, get the old, oh, okay, can we suspend? Because I have nothing. Oh, I do. Gotta have an LMG. But obviously, I will say that, yeah, it is kind of selfish choice to choose between, of course, like Rose and all that. But I will say the Rose roll, honestly, unless you really, really want the roll, it's not really worth it because the roll is just absolutely terrible. Just if you get this roll off shax, I'm telling you, PvE, this will be actually a really, really solid roll to kind of pick up with the unraveling rounds and everything. It's just, it's kind of nutty how good strand is PvE. It's legit one of the best freaking weapons you can kind of go in with. The weapon also will have, of course, the hand-laid stock and everything, but it also does, of course, have the breach ornaments. So PvE, again, against constructs and everything, it'll do a little bit more damage. Now, I'm not going to say you're going against constructs with a primary weapon because that wouldn't be the smartest idea. But I still do think it's a good option to have as an Ardent trait. I just think overall, I mean, you can kind of already see it's pretty damn freaking nasty as a weapon in PvE. I mean, all the freaking damage you can get going. Of course, it said strand abilities. One little melee like that, if I actually get a kill with it, everything just starts to explode, tangles or whatnot. I'm telling you, strand builds are just, they're so much freaking fun right now. I'm telling you, it's legit one of the most synergistic sort of builds. Legit, I don't have any sort of strand perks on this. It's legit just going in with a strand weapon. It just absolutely works. But the main thing for me with this is that it's a 450, and I just think the damage that these can do PvE is really, really solid. It's the reason Blast Furnace is so freaking nice too. Of course, rolls are dependent on that as well, but there's so many reasons I would be suggesting people use this, of course, PvE. There, buddy, stay still for me. There we go. Alrighty, final boss time, of course, with the little Bellarius D that could and everything, and not really well actually with the Bellarius. We're just kind of going ham by ourselves with everything. But as I said, PvE, this is where you're definitely going to see a lot more to it as well. I'm not saying this is going to be legit the best weapon PvE or anything like that, but compared to actually the Mercurial and of course the what's it called, the little freaking rose you can get, this is probably going to be the best one you could use PvE. I mean, obviously these are more geared toward PvP or whatnot. And boys, how we all dying? What the? Yo, how we died in Onslaught? What? We're gonna freaking die here? Oh my god, we all freaking died. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Is this what happens when you don't have a well lock? Is this what happens when the warlock decides to play on anything other than freaking well lock? Well, that is it for me. And of course, the Bellarius D pulse rifle that Shax will be kind of giving you. As I said, the quest line he has. Just be careful because you will only get the choice of one weapon. Of course, the Rose 1 roll is kind of ass. Unless you really need the Rose, I wouldn't really go for that one. The other 2 rolls would just be better. You might not use the other 2. That's the only thing. But Rose, just that roll is terrible. Freaking Eye of Storm Rapid Hit. It's just, compared to the God Rose you can get, it's just not really worth it at all because its barrels are terrible. And so it's Smag and freaking Masterwork. Mercurial Overreach though actually has a really solid ass roll to it. As I said, if you really are like your snipers and whatnot, they'll have your really decent overreach. It's probably one of the better ones you can get. It's a 4 out of 5, I'd say. And then the Bellarius D itself, this roll is actually really solid for both PvP, PvE. I mean, PvE, it kind of goes in anyway because it's a strand weapon. You don't really need too much to spec into it. Just go strand subclass and have fun with unraveling. I mean, the 450s, they do really well PvE. That's why I kind of like this one because Aggressive Burst, they actually do a lot of damage and they can do really well in certain events. As I said, Blast Furnace is definitely going to be its competition, but I still think this is a really solid ass roll to pick up if you don't have one especially as well. Like, this is probably my best roll now because I didn't have a decent one. Bellarius D, I will say, this is an absolute banger of a pulse, so do not be surprised if you pick this up off Shax and just start slaying because it's actually a really dope ass pulse. But regardless, if you liked the video, show us a like, and want to see more content, subscribe, and fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you next collective in the next one.